Hi, I'm Captain Steve England. I go by the call sign of Spoon. I'm originally from Denver, Colorado, and I'm now stationed at Rapid City, South Dakota at Ellsworth Air Force Base, where I fly the B-1 bomber. The B-1 is a conventional asset now, former strategic asset, and it saw its first conventional combat missions last December '98 in Southwest Asia. It was then again sent to Kosovo about 2 months later. One of the interesting features on the B-1 is the rolling tail. For the B-1, which is different from most heavy aircraft, we don't just use spoilers on our wings to turn, but we actually have the stabilizer, which you can see here, and there's one on either side of the aircraft. They split as we do a turn, allowing us to get increased turning performance. Down low, we can turn inside of a mile at our cornering velocity speeds. The B-1 has 4 General Electric engines on it. They're capable of 30,000 pounds of thrust apiece, which allows the aircraft to have 120,000 pounds of total thrust in the full afterburner stages.
Well, you just had the pleasure of looking right up the tailpipes of 4 big engines and blower. The B-1B Lancer, or as crews call the B-1, if you spell out B-1, it's B-O-N-E, so they call it a bone, is the U.S. Air Force's fastest strategic bomber. Advanced avionics, a heavy payload, an unrefueled range of 7,000 miles, and a reduced radar cross-section provide an unmatched capability to penetrate enemy defenses. The B-1B augments and will replace the B-52 Stratofortress.
You can see by the aircraft, it's rather large. It's quite the sexy jet, and it has a swept wing. The wing is hinged, and it allows it to pivot from 15 degrees in the full forward position to 67.5 degrees in the full aft position. It allows us to fly in a speed range of approximately 150 knots to anywhere up to 1.2 Mach. So for slow speeds, we'll put the wings forward, and then for combat attacks, we'll shift them aft.
The Bone did not fly in Operation Desert Storm. At that time, it was still undergoing conversion from the old SAC, Strategic Air Command nuclear role, to the present-day Air Combat Command conventional role.
Senior Airman Bridget Wakeman. I'm from Ellsworth Air Force Base with the B-1. I'm a jet troop on it. We do engines and secondary power, so the stuff that makes the noise is me. Did you get that one started?
I don't know. I'd rather you do this part, because the shaft.
Yeah, that's fine. I used to watch my dad fix cars, and I didn't even know what a B-1 was until the first time I saw it on base. I'm like, I'm gonna work it on B-1s? What is that? The most rewarding part of today was fixing it. It was fixing it. But typically the most rewarding part is watching it break ground, watching it launch, seeing it get off the ground, and knowing that those 4 guys up there are going to have an excellent flight, and they're going to come home safe, and they're going to do whatever mission is handed to it. And I think the B-1 does it outstanding. Personally, I think it's the best bomber out there.
Hi, I'm Captain Tom Woods. I go by the call sign of Opie. I'm a weapons systems officer on the B-1 aircraft. You can see, you've already seen some of the aircraft. Well, I'll take you upstairs to the office and see what it looks like. About 10 steps. Okay, on the left side of the pilot compartment, you can see the aircraft commander seat, where they have dual controls. They're identical on both sides of the aircraft, so each pilot has their throttles and stick that they can each control the airplane. In the center, you can see the radio console, fuel controls, flight instruments, engine controls, monitoring equipment, and then of course the right side is the co-pilot seat, where he has access to the fuel panel and landing gear switch. Once you've gotten used to the airplane, it's like anything else. There's a lot of switches, a lot of knobs, but once you get familiar with the airplane, it becomes second nature with the training we get.
Watch the Bone out here. Here comes the touch and go. Touch and go. As soon as that airplane is down, you got the rollers on the ground, and you're in the takeoff configuration. You feed it the coals, and up you go.
There's 2 pilots and 2 weapon systems officers trained as navigators, and you have to work together, sometimes up to even up 30, even possibly over 30-hour missions as necessary. It's really nice. It's a team effort to get those weapons on the targets. The B-1 has 3 identical bomb bays. We have the capability of carrying about 50,000 pounds of weapons. With their cluster munitions, it'll carry 30 of those. It'll carry 24 2,000-pound class bombs. Very impressive. And of course, we can get there to the target areas very quickly. I think it's a great opportunity for us to go to air shows and let the taxpayers see what they get for their money. It gives them an idea, instead of just a nebulous thing on the news or on CNN, it's actually a real thing for us. What we do every day is plan and flight missions like this, but it gives them a little bit of the sense of what we're ready to do every day, which is go risk our lives as necessary to provide not only our own freedom for our country, but our allies in time of need. And we're all willing to do that, but it's nice when the public can see it hands-on to see where we are and what we do.